You know we are back for episode 4, Shake the City, man. Now listen, we got a special one lined up today because this was actually supposed to be guest number 1 on Shake the City.
OG.
You know what I'm saying? But we got him for episode 4. It's a legend, a young GOAT in the making. You probably seen him working with a lot of the hottest artists in New York, and he's here right now. Welcome Jabari on the beat, man. What's up, bro? My guy, bro.
I'm happy to
this
be
is like
here.
family.
Shake
bro.
the city, shake the city.
Hell yeah, we shaking the city all day. So, yeah, bro, you know, real quick, you know, like, I've already heard this story, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and people who know you already know, but for those who don't, you know, let's take them back to the beginning on, like, you know, how you came up in the game and just your start on YouTube. And,
Of course. Always love to go back.
Yeah, hell yeah, got to, bro.
Man, so, I'm not gonna lie, I started making beats in 2018. Anyone that follows me knows that.
Yo.
I started my last year of high school, you feel me? I don't really come from, like, a crazy musical background or nothing like that. Picked it up. I found it as a great way to just express how I was feeling. Started getting busy on it. But at the time, feel me, I was at a point where I was going to college. So I had to like kind of decide whether or not I wanted school to be my main priority or if I wanted like producing to be like my thing, you know. And I picked producing.
Wow.
I picked producing. I started on YouTube happened soon after I left school, after my first semester. I just really locked in my bedroom for 6 months on some Kanye shit.
Hell yeah.
And I just really perfected my craft, you feel me? And yeah, one day I just decided to upload a Drake type beat, you feel me? You know how the YouTube game is, you gotta type beat it.
Yep.
I was type beating it out, and yeah, one of my Drake type beats hit, and I figured that was my sound, and I went with it. After that 6 months of just cooking up, I finally found something that worked, went with it, and the rest was history.
That's so fire, bro. Man, I know that moment when you checked and you saw the views was starting to go crazy. It was probably like, damn, like
It was nerve-wracking, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a lot of pressure because you're like, yeah, I just want to keep it going. You feel me?
Facts.
But yeah, I transitioned on from YouTube. I'm kind of more in the industry now. I think I'm gonna go back to YouTube. I don't know. YouTube is always a good thing, though.
Yeah. I mean, YouTube is always good.
Always.
But it is funny that you say that because I was gonna ask about that. Like, so now you're basically going from like producing and like uploading online. Now you're getting in the room with artists.
Yeah.
You're like really a part of the album making process.
Yeah, bro.
Like, has that been a game changer for you? You know, like being able to be in the room with the artists, maybe give feedback and shit like that.
Yeah, it has. I don't know. I find it so funny these days because like my phone is just filled with like all these different rappers, things in New York, you know. So I'm just always shocked, like, damn.
That's tough.
Like the conversations really did change, you know. Like it's more so
Oh, yeah.
like some like let's really make music. So I'm really happy for that. I could really call this like my career now.
That's hard.
So yeah, it definitely changed. Also just more long-term things, like for sure, just like a lot of projects, you know, you just got to understand things take a pretty long time in this industry, you know.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, bro. So you already know, feel me? So
Bro, I feel like
that transition.
yeah, it's funny. I've actually been thinking like there's got to be some like technology or app or something that we can develop that can like streamline everything in the music industry to make it quicker, bro.
OD.
Because it doesn't make sense, bro. You create something and then it's like takes 6 months to get released, then you take another 6 months to get paid, and then it's like,
Nah, word.
bro, it doesn't make no sense. But yeah, yo, you know, like, so we pretty much all know the come up and the story behind, you know, how you got here. So,
Word.
yo, I just wanted to jump into like a few controversial things that's on my mind because, yo, the first thing is, man, like I'm seeing a lot of like producers doing a lot of clout chasing, you know, like claiming like placements they don't even got, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's messy right
doing goofy stuff to get in the room. But the good thing is, when I think of Jabari, I think of like a solid guy, stand up.
feel me?
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So, do you think you having that kind of, you know, stature, reputation, you know, has like helped you move correctly in the industry? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. It took a minute to like learn or go through things that allowed me to be like, you feel me, that sturdy like stand up guy like a lot of people know. I'm not. It was tough, you know. There was points where I had to really figure this shit out, you know, because when you come into this game and in this atmosphere and you really into the door, it's like you got to carry yourself a certain way. You got to do things differently. Everything you do, feel me, is like a representation of you moving forward. So yeah, it's just, I don't know, just really like understanding myself more. It kind of just made me reflect a lot, surprisingly. Just because, you know, like when people call me, like they expect something, you know, and I gotta make sure they get what they expect every time. So
Damn, well
shit
said.
like that, you know.
Very well said. Very well said. It's like the other thing that I think about in that same subject is like just not rushing the process. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
feel me?
people want everything right now.
Yeah.
So they'll just start doing whatever just to
Yeah.
get that instant satisfaction. But it's not always about that. And it's a long-term game, you know?
Yeah, bro. I used to chase placements a lot, and like, I don't know now. Like, I've just come to get such an appreciation for this shit that it's like my mindset towards it is different. I'm pretty sure you're in the same vein, you know.
Oh, hell
so
yeah, hell yeah.
Shit is just different, you know.
It's a lot of pressure, man, because, you know, it's like people, it's all momentum, you know, it's a
Yeah.
game of momentum. So it's like the constant pressure of like having to like do the next thing. But yeah, man, it is a long-term game, so just got to settle in. But yeah, yo, something else that's on my mind, right?
Yeah.
So a friend of mine, he's producer about to sign to an artist. And he sends me the contract. Right. Well, first of all, how do you feel about that? If you're a producer and you're signing to an artist, like, do you think that's a smart move for a producer or?
All right. You feel me? You feel me?
I like this.
Right.
I didn't even expect to ask this. This is good.
All right. From like a personal standpoint,
Yeah.
I'm going to say hell no.
Yeah.
You feel me? From a personal standpoint, I'm going to say hell no. Only because like as a producer, feel me? If no one knows, I'm going to explain it now, right? Producers, we have something called publishing, right? Publishing is like our money maker, you feel me? Publishing is pretty much everything we get from like all the songs we do accumulates over time. Big bank, feel me? That's all you gotta understand is big bank, right? And like, you never want to give up that shit. You feel me? You never want to give that shit up, you feel me? Because that's like what we need in the end, you feel me? That's how we get our deals, whatever. So whenever you could get to a situation where it's like a producer and an artist, it gets kind of tricky because you're publishing, you feel me? It's like it's in question, you know, you feel me?
Nah,
but
facts.
I would just personally say no. But if the paperwork is right and whoever you know, you told your friend is, if it looks good, he brings it to the lawyer and it looks good,
Yeah.
it checks out, you know. But from my personal experience, I'm gonna say hell no, bro.
I actually that was a good answer. I co-signed that because I feel the same way. Unless it's like somebody that's just taking off right now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like that's the
word.
only way it would make sense. But
Sign it to an artist is crazy.
that is kind of crazy.
Maybe if y'all make like a bigger entity and like y'all both sign to that. You feel me? Like,
Yeah. Nah, but that is, you know, it's funny. But on top of that, the when I read the contract, like
Yeah.
it wasn't really a good contract. So
Oh,
like
nah.
it was funny. It got me thinking like, yo, you know, I've had contracts that I passed up on. I'm sure we all have. Like, have you
yeah.
ever gotten offered like a contract you just read and you were like, yo, like what?
I could tell you guys a thing or two about contracts. You feel me? I could tell you guys a thing or two about contracts. But yeah, I've definitely dealt with that shit. I don't know. I feel like, in my personal opinion, I really want the music business to get to a better place. I feel like it's stopping a lot of good music from being made right now.
That's big facts. Yeah, I feel you on that.
Just a really, really messy process right now. I don't know. As you probably know, like artists get shelved from time to time, and shit just gets like the process. I feel like it's just stopping good music from being put out.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that.
Nah, for sure. You know, that's very true. And it's funny because right now we're in this time where it's like things move so fast, bro. Like we're watching artists that get hot.
Come and go.
Yeah, just come and go. Like, yo, I don't even want to, like, I hate to even say names on camera, but it's like, yo, you know, somebody was singing the "Leave Me Alone," the hook,
yeah.
and like I actually liked the record, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So like, it's not in a bad way, but I couldn't remember the artist's name, and I'm like, damn, that wasn't that long ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was a big hit. So it's just crazy because there's like, it's just we're in this time period where it's like if you have a 6-month window basically from your first time you're hot, like
Yeah, that's crazy.
like
That is, yeah, 6
it's
month window. That's
pretty
crazy.
wild, right? Like
It makes it sad, you know. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it is crazy. I hate to see that come and go shit happen.
I know,
so
man.
often.
I know.
That's why I really kind of been pushing just the narrative in New York to be like let's lock in and just say like fuck everything and like just drop music. You know, like I don't know. That label shit is tricky, man. Like the money isn't always worth it.
I agree. It definitely. People sign really early. Artists will
Yeah.
get signed early and then get stuck in a situation that they can't get out of. So yeah, it's funny too, cause like, would you probably agree with this that like, you know, there's a lot of artists chasing viral moments, or like trying to catch a moment instead of really building a sound and building a fan base, and trying to like get a core audience. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
would love to speak on that. Actually, I don't know if you've seen, but Halsey just spoke up about that.
Oh
too.
really? Oh, I did see that with the
Yeah.
TikToks.
Yeah. A lot of like big artists have been coming out and speaking out, like saying their labels are trying to force them to like make TikTok friendly shit.
Right.
And like I knew it was gonna get to this point, bro. Like I hate to see it. Like I even pull up in studio sessions now, and I hear people be like, "Yo, we need to make something that's like gonna go on TikTok." And it just every time I hear that shit, it just pisses me off. You know, like.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of sad, bro. Like it's because it's microwave music in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like
super microwave music.
A lot of it doesn't really even have a topic or a point to really be made. It's just something to sync on a video. You know what I'm saying? But
I feel like what happened to like sitting down and like in a room like this smoking and being like, all right, what the fuck we about to do right now? Like
right.
Let's get this shit together. You know, like we're lacking that shit, man. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully our generation fixes it.
Yeah,
I mean our class fixes it.
I feel like there's a small handful of people trying to do that.
Yeah.
And another thing that's an interesting topic is like things move so fast that is there such thing as classic timeless music anymore? Like, you know, you have Michael Jackson from early on, you have like, you know, James Brown, all these other artists from like the 70s, 80s, etc. that live timelessly. Their music's still getting played right now. Like what from today is really going to get played in 10, 20, 30 years? You know what I'm saying? Like other than maybe you have like your Kendricks, you have Drakes, but I mean, we're talking a small number of people, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you think timeless music is kind of done, or do you think it can still kind of be captured?
Well, honestly, what's gotten me like this far in this music shit has always just been making like I've never made music in hopes of like chasing something. You feel me? Like I've always made from a place of just like, all right, how am I feeling? How can I just get this out? You know, I've always just kind of kept it simple in that sense. And just whenever I get into these situations now and I hear things like that, I do like I believe classic music can still be made through people like me, you, and like others. You
I like
know?
to hear that.
I feel like as long as we exist, we'll be fine. In terms of it being like at the forefront, I don't know, man. Like it's just so hard. I feel like I don't know. Maybe we're on a pendulum and now we're just swinging back to the point where it's like, all right, we're getting tired of like all this shitty, cheap 99-cent music. Like, we're getting tired of it. You feel me? And now we want to go back to this.
Yeah.
I feel like we're slowly starting to shift back with things like Kendrick album and things like that. But yeah, I think there's still hope for it as long as we exist. You know.
That's dope. And it's kind of cool because you are a producer that's versatile with your sound. Like, so you have the ability, you could work on something that's like maybe just something for the moment, but then you also would work with an artist that's doing something timeless.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
That's dope to see, man.
I have been working with a lot of artists recently and just trying to understand the different mindsets, like, and why are people making music, you know? Like, I feel like if I understand the why, I can like, no homo mix wise, you know, feel me, or some shit like that. Like, cause what I'm doing it for is like, and what you're doing it for, I can understand and just put that shit together.
Bro, that's a big fact. I mean, because if I feel like, you know, you could walk in a room and play beats for somebody, and that's cool. Maybe you might come up with a hit just because it happened to be that way. But like, if you connect with somebody and get to know like how are they feeling today, what are they thinking, you know what I mean, where they at in their life, like you could better craft something for them. You know what I mean? It's about that
funny
connection.
You say that. I just want to shout out Lady London before I say this. But I just did some shit like that with her. We locked in for like a week in Atlanta, and we just really made some crazy shit. You know, like that was my first time like really like I was just telling you before off camera, but like locking in the studio for like 8 to 9 hours a day. You feel me? And
That's
just
tough.
like
It's like boot camp.
cranking out ideas and just really feel me like fine tuning everything. So. Yeah, bro, like, I don't know, that shit to me is mad fun. I always approach artists with that mindset, like, yo, I'm Jabari in the beat, but, like, that's what I do, you feel me?
Yeah.
I'm not just going, do some regular producer shit, like, let's lock in.
As you should, bro. I mean, I feel like, at least for the Fast Life brand, that's what's carried us this far. Is
OD.
Like, yo, I was just watching an interview before I pulled up, and it was basically, like, this guy saying that for him getting placements, like he was never like the email guy, like it was always about like a connection in person. And he was like, yo, at the end of the day, like there's so many producers that make fire beats. You know what I'm saying? Like you probably know, we know 20 of the same people that make fire beats.
At least.
But how do you get your beats to the artist or build with the artist before that person? It's just about connections. It's just about knowing people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, so that kind of brings us up to like speed, you know, with what's going on today. So it's good that you brought up the Lady London thing because, you know, you've worked with a lot of artists from New York like that have had a wave in New York, you know, been popping. But the good thing is like you know, some of those artists are still hot. Some of them have kind of like simmered off, but you yourself have kept yourself alive by, you know, like you don't stay stuck on one thing. You're like, yo, I'm already a step ahead. You know what I mean?
What's crazy? I've noticed, like, I've been leaking a lot of producers, and I've noticed a lot of people saying, like, I know when you're not working with a person because their sound changes.
Wow.
And that's when I realized, like, all right, I'm doing some crazy shit. You feel me? Like, a lot of people told me, like, yo, I know you're, like, when you're not working with this person, they sound like this. You feel me? And then when you're working with them, like, I know it's lit. And I'm like, all right.
That's dope. That's that's one of the biggest compliments you could get.
Yeah, bro. I just appreciate that shit so much. Shout out everyone who tells me that shit, for real.
Hell yeah. Well, dope, man. I mean, as far as like what's going on today, like, is there anyone in New York that you haven't worked with that you would want to, like, you know, hit up work with?
Hell yeah. Well, shit, I definitely still want to work with Fabio. I feel like we could definitely do some like crazy shit, mixing like our styles. You know, I've been doing like a lot of drill, Jersey, everything, just mixing a lot of different things. I feel like we do something crazy.
What's up?
In terms of the other heavyweights, I don't know. I feel like I definitely want to do some more shit with TJ. I'm gonna get some more shit.
Yeah, that would be dope.
I got some shit with Stunner coming. Definitely be on the lookout for his album.
That's
I cranked out like at least 5-6 joints on that.
Did they got a drop date for that yet?
Nah, man. Hopefully soon.
Waiting on that.
Hopefully soon. We all waiting in the kitchen on that joint. Word. But yeah, just like I feel like I pretty much hit everyone. I've been talking with my manager lately. I really want to start expanding my sound like out of New York and working with like I've been sending shit to Dirk.
That's fire.
You feel me? Trying to get some crazy shit in over there. Been trying to send some shit to Raw Wave. You feel me?
Like
just
it.
like really exercising like bigger shit. Sending shit to Young Boy. Just everyone all outside the game.
Hell yeah.
I feel like it's time to bring Jabari and the beat to like the world, you know?
Yeah, bro. I mean, you know, being a producer is bigger than just one sound, you know? Like, and that's one thing you definitely have always had is like multiple, being able to tap into different genres and stuff. So, yeah, bro. Well, dope, man. Yo, it's funny. This is the original episode 1. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
You know,
they don't even know.
They don't even know. But man, I really appreciate you stopping by, bro. You always bring good vibes.
Nah, I'm always good vibes.
My guy, for real. Jabari on the beat. Remember, this is gonna be a legendary interview in like probably a year. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna look back on this and be like, damn.
I'm letting you guys know on camera. I'm giving it 3 months.
Yeah.
Watch
this. He said, watch this. Yes, sir. Shake the City. We out. Episode 4. Bow.